So that is what we're combating.
We're in a crisis situation.
If it gets any more serious, we won't be able to swim.
Smells like death.
Water is everything.
This is disgusting.
It angers me.
This is the rock star of everything we're doing here.
If we do it right, it's a sustainable future.
The land that we save is going to have a direct impact on our water quality.
We need to act now.
My name is Chad Crawford. For the past 15 years, I've introduced viewers to Florida's wild beauty. But right now, the paradise we know and love is being threatened like never before.
We are way better than this.
Join me as I meet the men and women fighting for our future. We'll dive headfirst into the environmental challenges threatening our way of life. This is our paradise. It's time to stand together to protect what we love. Growing up, I have very few memories that don't include water. Its tranquil beauty is why so many call it home. But lately, we are experiencing more and more polluted springs, fish kills, algae blooms, obvious signs that something is out of balance. I'm worried our most valuable resource is in trouble.
I wish that everybody could see the springs through the lens I do.
Tessa is an advocate, storyteller, cinematographer, and an impressive freediver. Today I've asked her to show me what an unhealthy spring looks like. But first, we stop at one of her favorite spots to freedive, a spring called Blue Hole in Itchituttony Springs State Park. To warm up, we took a lap around the edge of the spring. Everywhere you looked, there was life. Turtles, bass, mullet, and the bottom was covered with green, lush eelgrass. As we moved over the spring's vent, I could feel its power. Blue Hole is a first magnitude spring with an impressive 67 million gallons of water rushing out every day.
One of the most unique features and most important features of Florida environment we don't see. It's the Floridan Aquifer, which is this vast underground river of water that runs the entire peninsula. It's almost like a sponge. It's lime rock. It is the fossilized remains of marine animals and life that died there millions of years ago. And inside these cavities is the fresh water that is what almost all of us rely on for drinking water in Florida.
Okay, I'm going down.
So what'd you think?
To watch you go down there and just hang out was truly incredible.
I could take a nap if I didn't need to breathe.
Is this a healthy spring?
Yes, this is a very healthy spring. We can tell because of the amount of eelgrass that we saw and the amount of wildlife that we saw.
Yeah.
This is just the poster child of a healthy spring.
You have such a great spirit about you, a true love for these springs that really comes out.
Who is your father?
My father's name was Tessa Skiles. He was a cave diver, explorer, a videographer. He spent his entire life dedicated to the conservation and hopeful restoration of Florida springs.
How old were you and you found out your dad had passed?
Well, I was 17 when my dad passed away. I was back home, and he was off the coast of West Palm Beach filming bull sharks on a National Geographic shoot.
He had a rebreather malfunction, and he passed away in 80 foot of water.
My dad was my biggest inspiration, and he inspired me to be the young conservationist that I am.
I started snorkeling, of course, when I was around 3, and my first time in a scuba tank, I was 6.
I hope that he would be proud of the work I am doing.
Tessa, we're just coming from Itchituckney. Where are you taking me now?
So we are headed to my favorite spring, West Skiles Peacock Spring State Park.
This spring, for obvious reasons, is a really special one to me. But I also wanted to show you something about this spring that I think my dad would be really disappointed to see.
Tessa and I dove down to get a look at the spring's vent. The water flow was definitely not as strong as Blue Hole. After a few free dives, Tessa guided me to the other side of the spring, not 20 feet away. This is what I came to see. Everywhere I looked, there was this green floating algae that seemed to be blanketing everything. I've never seen anything like this.
A lot of our spring systems, we have attached algae called Lingbia. Those algal species actually will go ahead and smother out good native vegetation, and they will become one species, or basically one piece of the ecosystem.
It's so bad here. If it gets any more serious, we won't be able to swim in the springs.
I think many Floridians are not aware of the water crisis in this state. And if you look at water supply and water demand, you've got residential development, you have agriculture, but you also have the needs of the environment to keep the environment sustainable. So there's 3 main straws, if you will, going into our water supply, but we're taking it out at completely unsustainable levels.
About half of the water we use is going on our lawns. So that's very much a waste. We're all going to have to be better consumers of water, users of water.
As water levels drop because we're over pumping, then it exacerbates the water quality issues. As you reduce flow, then you're going to let that algae grow and fill in a spring.
Over pumping of our aquifer is just one of the problems. How we use the land above our springs is another.
Each spring, the land use around it is different. So in some areas, agriculture might be your biggest source of nutrients. Urban lawns might be. In some areas, septic systems are a bigger part of the problem. A lot of septic systems very close together, that can become a significant source of pollution.
It doesn't have to be this way. The absolute wasteland that it looks like now, my dad not be proud of, and I'm brokenhearted.
In the summer of 2018, our water quality issues were on full display. A massive blue-green algae event resulted in one of the largest fish kills in recent memory. The visuals of not just fish, but dead manatees and sea turtles was a heartbreaking sight I'll never forget.
We are way better than this.
So what's the cause? Short answer, us. Fertilizer from neighborhoods, agriculture, leaky septic tanks, all finding its way into our water during rain events, and ultimately reaching our fragile coastal estuaries.
We have algae in all of our water bodies, so even the toxic algal species that you hear about on the news, those are naturally in our waters. They're just usually naturally at very low concentrations. When we have a bloom of those, the concentration of them increase in those waters, and then we have a problematic situation.
The smell is just intense. It smells like death.
So what's the solution? Well, first we need less of us in our water. And second, we need more conservation land.
What conservation land does is allow for a much greater area for rainfall to hit the surface and to naturally percolate into the soil. It provides opportunities to hold water before it would move downstream and ultimately into surface water.
The land that we save, the land that we conserve, is going to have a direct impact on our water quality. It's cleaning our fresh water. Land is the best tool for clean, healthy, sustainable water systems.
Growing up fishing and camping on the Indian River Lagoon, I've seen its demise firsthand. Loss of seagrass, brown, cloudy water. I will say as of late, it has gotten better, but it has a long way to go.
The Indian River Lagoon is the most biologically diverse estuary in North America. It's 150 miles long, stretches from up in Volusia County around Ponce Inlet down to Jupiter Inlet at Palm Beach County. It's a special place, but in the last several years, it's been under a lot of stress and strain.
I'm riding along with Brevard County resident and environmental specialist Jennifer Thompson.
Back in 2011, we were hit real hard with some water quality issues. And so unfortunately, we had massive fish kills. We never experienced anything on that scale before.
The community rallied around wanting to do something to stop the pollution in the lagoon.
In 2016, Brevard County passed a sales tax expected to raise $500 million over 10 years to fund projects designed to clean the Indian River Lagoon.
This half-cent sales tax is the largest locally voted program that we are aware of in the nation.
What does success look like?
True success for me would be the water quality increases, so that way we have the seagrasses come back, that way we have the biodiversity that we once did.
Funds from the sales tax paid for this massive stormwater filtration system known as a baffle box.
Jennifer, this is disgusting. What are we looking at here?
It is. So all that frothy foam that is dead and some living bacteria. When there are too many nutrients in a water body, those bacteria just thrive. And as it comes into this baffle box, it's capturing that as opposed to it sinking and becoming muck.
Other innovative projects include developing septic systems that remove pollution, upgrading wastewater treatment plants, restoring shorelines, removing sludge from the river bottom, installing permeable roads that allow stormwater to seep into the ground and not in the lagoon, and installing denitrification systems that pull nitrogen and clean stormwater like the one in this neighborhood.
So we're gonna take a core sample.
So this is all stormwater?
Yes, coming from the residential side of the city. So
Wow.
That's all your muck, and the sand is way down here at the very base.
Why specifically is this so bad for the environment?
So the muck actually re-releases all the nutrients.
Oh.
So this is definitely not good, not what we want to see. Oh, yeah.
That was just right on the surface there.
So that is what we're combating. Our project site treats this water, gets rid of a lot of this muck, and we're gonna see downstream just how different it is. Obviously, this is tremendously different.
You've got to be kidding me. Look at the difference of that, Jennifer. So what's happening between where we first took this sample and where we are now?
That water is trickling underground through media, and it's actually kicking in the nitrogen cycle.
Cleaning the water,
Yep.
and I mean, I just want to point out, we were just right down there. I mean, that can't be no more than, 30, 40 yards.
Yeah.
So all that's happening between there and right here.
You got it. The data that we're collecting not only shows that what we're doing is working the way we thought it would, sometimes it even exceeds expectations.
This is a community that sent man to the moon. This is a community that invents new solutions, and we spread that knowledge to the rest of the state.
Everything that's happening in this system, it's all cleaner water going out to the lagoon.
I think it's important for future generations to experience the water. The ability to go fishing every day or kayaking or swimming with manatees, All of those things are incredibly important.
What's so special about this place?
There's something about the nature coast that is completely different than the rest of Florida. It really hasn't blown up. It's not full of high rises. It's more natural. It's old Florida at its best.
Crystal River. Its name speaks for itself. Clear spring water pouring out of 30 springs, adding over 300 million gallons of water into the river every day.
One of the reasons that we're known for manatees is our fantastic, beautiful, crystal clear waters. And unfortunately, that was not the story 10, 15 years ago.
A combination of storm events, invasive algae, and human impact have left their mark on the river's water quality.
Well, Jess, what's the overall goal out here?
We want to take everything back. We want to reset the environment. We want to create a healthy ecosystem.
I've joined Jess and the team from Sea and Shoreline to witness one of Florida's largest restoration projects.
Sea and Shoreline is an aquatic restoration company, and what we do is take damaged and imperiled ecosystems and bring them back to life.
If you were here 10 years ago and you jumped in this water, you probably wouldn't be able to see your hand in front of your face.
The residents of Crystal River realized that there was an issue that needed to be addressed. You know, the residents got together, started Save Crystal River, but the Kings Bay Restoration Project actually started in 2015. So that's when the work began.
Jess wanted me to see the problem for myself, so we joined a dredge crew working in one of the many canals in the area. I've been in some pretty dirty water, but this was something else. Visibility, 0. And the bottom, well, it was covered with a thick layer of muck.
What we refer to as muck is typically decaying algae or grass clippings or leaves that have gotten pushed back to the end of these canals and have just started decomposing.
So Jess, what are we looking at here?
This is Lingbia. It's an invasive algae, and it's actually been one of our biggest problems here. And you can see that there's no way sunlight's gonna get through here. So as it's growing, it floats, but eventually it dies and it blankets the bottom, it kills everything down there, and it starts to decompose.
This is the rock star of everything we're doing here. These plants are what is naturally supposed to be here.
And so people are familiar with grass plugs in their yard. Is it similar?
It is actually very similar. So we've got plugs, and these are rooted plugs. You can see the roots that come through. And you can already see a runner coming off of this one.
Wow. Yeah. So it runs, like St. Augustine grass runs. This does the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. And they grow in 7 feet in either direction in less than a year. So it might seem like we're just planting grass underwater. There's a lot of research that's gone into making sure that this actually works. Sea and Shoreline has developed this method that can be used for restoration throughout the entire state.
What are we about to see?
We're about to see a fully restored area. So we actually planted this area, dredged out all of the muck and material and algae, and planted this area about 5 years ago.
The product, right?
Yes, this is the product of the restoration project.
Yeah.
Seeing is believing. I can't believe how green and thick this grass is, and full of life.
It's amazing to see the amount of life that this grass is supporting at this point. It's exactly what it's supposed to be, and we can't wait for the rest of Kings Bay to look the same.
Oh my gosh, from where we came with all that muck and all that gunk to come here, it's just night and day.
And that's what the system is seeing. It's seen a night and day flip. Restoration is really hard work, but the payoff is huge when you see that everything you're doing is really creating a healthy environment for so many different plants and animals and the community around you. It really is super rewarding. It looks a lot like this in about 200 acres of Kings Bay, thanks to natural spread. But we want to continue this. We want to do this everywhere in Kings Bay and beyond.
Our water is a litmus test for how we're treating Florida. When we mess up, the water lets us know. But when it's good, we are rewarded with beauty like nowhere else on Earth.
We can restore springs. It's absolutely possible, but we need to act now.
I want to be able to say, go swimming or catch a fish and be able to eat it.
We need action now because it's going to take money and it's going to take changing our lifestyles.
Humans impact the water quality, but humans can also take part in turning back the dial and going back to a healthy system.
So how do we not mess this up? How do we continue to grow and not impact our waterways? I know we can do it. We have to do it. We all need to pitch in and put less of us into our water. Want to protect our paradise? Visit conservationfla.org.